How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel, How to Forget and Heal from a Relationship with a Narcissistic Ex. That is the title of this video. We know that narcissists are master manipulators. They lack empathy. They are very arrogant. They believe they are more important than others, that they are special, that they are unique. They use others, then discard them. They only focus on their own needs. It's about me with a narcissist. They need constant admiration, constant attention, constant validation, constant praise, constant acknowledgement, recognition, reassurance. Narcissists will destroy you. Their main mission is to punish you. Their main mission is to hurt you. It is to make you cry. That way, they are happy. So, in this video, I'm gonna give you many strategies that you can use to help yourself move on from a relationship with a narcissistic ex. Healing from a relationship with a narcissistic ex can be a very challenging journey. So I'm gonna give you several ways to heal and forget a narcissistic ex, along with examples. Now, first, you need to acknowledge your feelings. To heal and forget a narcissistic ex, you need to acknowledge your feelings. Recognize and accept your emotions rather than suppressing them. For example, if you feel sadness, allow yourself to cry and process that sadness. Also seek therapy. Work with a mental health professional to address trauma and rebuild self-esteem. For instance, consider cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to challenge negative thought patterns. To heal and forget a narcissistic ex, you can also set boundaries. Limit or cut off contact with your ex to avoid further emotional manipulation. For example, block their number and social media accounts. You can also journal regularly. Write down your thoughts and feelings to process them. For example, keep a daily journal to track your healing progress. You can also practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness exercises to stay present and to reduce anxiety. For instance, try guided meditation apps. You can also focus on self-care to heal and forget a narcissistic ex. Prioritize your well-being with activities that nurture you. For example, schedule regular spa days or relaxation time. You can also build a support network. Surround yourself with friends and family who offer support. For instance, have weekly catch-ups with loved ones who uplift you. You can also rebuild self-esteem. Engage in activities that make you feel good about yourself. For example, take up a new hobby or skill that you excel in. You can also create a new routine. Establish a daily routine that promotes stability and well-being. For example, wake up at the same time each day and plan enjoyable activities. You can also avoid self-blame. Remember that the issues in the relationship were not your fault. For example, remind yourself of the narcissistic behaviors that were harmful. You can also practice forgiveness. Work on forgiving yourself and your ex, not for their sake, but for your own peace. For instance, write a letter to your ex expressing forgiveness, even if you don't send it. You can also engage in physical exercises to heal and forget that narcissistic ex. Exercise to boost your mood and health. For example, join a local gym or start a running routine. You can also learn about narcissism. Educate yourself about narcissistic behavior to understand what happened. For instance, read books or articles on the topic of narcissism. You can also participate in support groups. Join groups for people who have experienced similar situations. For example, find a local or online group for survivors of narcissistic abuse. You can also set new goals. Focus on personal growth and setting new objectives. For example, make a list of career or personal goals you want to achieve. You can also limit reminders. Remove or pack away items that remind you of your narcissistic ex. For example, put away gifts or photos in a box. You can also engage in creative outlets. Use art, use music, or writing to express yourself. For instance, paint, write songs, or create a scrapbook. You can also explore new interests. Discover new hobbies and activities that you enjoy. For example, try cooking classes or join a book club. You can also practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life by keeping a gratitude journal. For instance, list 3 things you are grateful for each day. Reevaluate your priorities. Reflect on what you want in future, relationships, and life. For example, make a list of qualities you value in a partner. You can also cultivate emotional intelligence. Work on understanding and managing your emotions. For example, take an emotional intelligence course or read related books. You can also seek legal advice. If necessary, consult a legal professional to address any issues related to the relationship. For example, seek advice on restraining orders if needed. You can also practice self-compassion to heal and forget that narcissistic ex. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. For example, speak to yourself as you would to a close friend. Avoid rebound relationships. Take time to heal before starting a new relationship. For example, focus on self-improvement rather than jumping into dating. You can also develop a healthy sleep routine. Ensure you get adequate and restful sleep. For instance, set a consistent bedtime and avoid screens before bed. You can also challenge negative self-talk. Counter negative thoughts with positive affirmations. For example, replace "I'm not good enough" with "I am worthy of love and respect." Again, you can engage in volunteer work. You can help others, because helping others can provide a sense of purpose. For example, volunteer at a local shelter or community center. You can also seek new experiences to be able to heal and forget that narcissistic relationship. Embrace new activities and adventures. For example, travel to a new city or try a new sport. You can also set personal boundaries. Establish limits in other areas of your life. For example, learn to say no to tasks or commitments that overwhelm you. You can also practice relaxation techniques. Use methods such as deep breathing or progressive muscle relaxation to manage stress. For instance, practice deep breathing exercises daily. You can also limit exposure to triggers. Identify and avoid situations or people that trigger negative emotions. For example, stay away from places you used to visit with your ex. You can also focus on personal achievements. Celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small. For example, acknowledge your progress in a new project or skill. To heal and forget and forget a narcissistic ex, you can also develop a healthy eating routine. Eat nutritious foods to support your overall well-being. For example, plan balanced meals and avoid excessive junk food. You can also rebuild social connections. Strengthen relationships with friends and family. For example, organize regular get-togethers with loved ones. You can also learn to enjoy solitude. Find comfort and enjoyment in being alone. For example, spend a day exploring a museum or park by yourself. You can also create a vision board. Visualize your goals and dreams by creating a vision board. For example, include images and words that represent your aspirations. Seek out inspirational stories. Use techniques learned in therapy, such as journaling or cognitive restructuring. For instance, practice writing about your emotions to gain perspective. You can also heal and forget a narcissistic relationship by embracing positive affirmations. Repeat affirmations that reinforce your worth and resilience. For example, say to yourself, "I am strong and capable of moving forward." You can also participate in group activities. Join clubs or groups that interest you to meet new people. For example, enroll in a local dance class or a book discussion group. You can also reflect on lessons learned. Consider what you've learned from the relationship and how it can help you grow. For example, you can journal about the personal insights you've gained. You can also limit exposure to social media. Reduce time spent on social media to avoid seeing updates about your ex. For example, set specific times for checking social media or take a break from it. You can also set up a reward system. Reward yourself for making progress in your healing journey. For example, treat yourself to a movie night or a new book after reaching a milestone. You can also practice forgiving yourself. Let go of guilt or regret about the relationship. For example, write a letter to yourself expressing forgiveness and understanding. You can also explore spirituality. Engage in spiritual practices that resonate with you. For example, Explore meditation, prayer, or mindfulness practices. You can also focus on personal growth. Invest time in personal development. For example, take an online course to develop new skills or knowledge. You can also limit contact with mutual acquaintances. Reduce interactions with people who remind you of the relationship with the narcissistic ex. For example, avoid social gatherings where your ex might be present. To heal and move on from a relationship with a narcissistic ex, celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress in healing. For example, treat yourself to something special for completing a challenging task. You can also stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water to support your physical and mental health. For example, keep a water bottle with you throughout the day. You can also focus on positive relationships. Nurture relationships with people who bring positivity into your life. For example, spend time with friends who uplift and support you. You can also engage in positive distractions. Find activities that divert your mind from negative thoughts. For example, immerse yourself in a new hobby or project. You can also create a safety plan. If you are concerned about your excess behavior, develop a plan to ensure your safety. For example, have emergency contacts and a plan for secure spaces. You can also limit discussions about your ex. Avoid talking excessively about your ex with others. For example, set boundaries with friends about how much you discuss the relationship. Visualize a positive future to heal and forget a relationship with a narcissistic ex. Imagine a future where you are happy and thriving. For example, spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life. Then you can practice self-discipline. Develop routines that promote consistency and stability. For example, create a daily schedule that includes exercises, work, and relaxation. You can also learn new coping strategies. Find effective ways to manage stress and emotions. For example, try techniques such as grounding exercises or creative outlets. You can also avoid revisiting old memories. Refrain from revisiting places or activities associated with your ex. For example, explore new locations and try new experiences. Now, if you need to forget your ex, if you need to move on, seek validation from within. Work on self-acceptance and self-worth. For example, practice affirmations that reinforce your intrinsic value, and then focus on what you can control. Concentrate on aspects of your life that you can influence. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.